A construction project aimed at keeping the runway safe and clear at Minot International Airport is nearing completion. Lindsay Miller shares more on what the project is about.
Dirt has been flying, or should I say moving, at the Minot International Airport with their wetland and wildlife mitigation project that has been taking place since June. Construction began in June and consisted of 3 different phases focused on adjusting the drainage of the airfield. Airport Director Jennifer Eckman says every airport creates a wildlife mitigation plan to prevent interference on runways. Minot's plan required adjusting the drain field to eliminate standing water and the animals it can bring.
In order to eliminate the type of wildlife that is attracted to the water features.
The multi-phase project spans more than 50 acres. Matt Gurton, manager for the Midwest region of Wagner Construction, says it's essentially a project of moving earth.
It's just earthwork balancing. It's cutting ditches and putting drain tile in the bottom of the ditches, widening out the landscape and flattening out everything.
The project was expected to take 2 years, but now will be completed in 1. The project is nearing completion and should be finished in late November. At the Minot International Airport, I am Lindsay Miller, reporting for your news leader.